What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Net My Flicks, yo, and welcome to an extra episode of Reel Me In: a movie podcast. On this week's episode, there is no episode, so I'm going to give you guys this extra little flavor, if you will. It will just be me this week, Chase Lee. Joel is nowhere to be found. I think he's in Guatemala somewhere. I have no clue. Anyways, I'm going to give you guys what I thought about the Netflix stuff I have seen throughout the summer of this year. The TV shows included, but more importantly, the Netflix original films. And I will also give you our upcoming slate of shows for this podcast for the rest of the year. Joel happily did it before he went to Guatemala, and he gave me the list, so I will review to you what every single week is going to be until the end of time, or at least until the end of December. So, yeah, just kick back, relax, and just enjoy that show. Yeah. What's up, you beautiful and crazy people, and welcome to another episode of Reel Me In: a movie podcast. This is really weird because usually we do weekly episodes, but I decided to give a little extra nugget of flavor to you guys, just a little extra something, since there's going to be no episode this week. And as always, if you searched upon the internet and you came across this podcast and you're not a movie fan, well, hopefully I can convince you to be one. I am Chase Lee, guys, like I said in the intro. Joel is not here. It will just be me, just like old school Reel Me In before it got better with Joel. So for this extra episode, since there will be no episode this week, I want you guys to enjoy your Labor Day weekend, and I'm going to give you this episode early. What I'm going to be doing is going over all the Netflix stuff that I saw throughout the summer. TV shows, Netflix original movies. I saw a shit ton, folks, because I had no life. And I will also give you our slate of episodes for the rest of the year, so you can kind of get a little taste in terms of like what we're doing for the rest of the year. So I'm excited to do that for you guys. And before we begin, please follow me on Twitter, follow Joel on Twitter. All the links will be in the description below. Spread this podcast around and let people know that this is the definitive movie podcast that you like to listen to on the toilet, or you might work out or drive to work. I have no clue what you guys do, but either way, you guys are awesome, supporting it every week, so thank you for that. So without any further ado, let's get this started. It's just me, like I said, no Joel this week. So let's start with Netflix. So this past summer, as you guys know, I went through a tragic thing, and so I had a lot of free time, and I watched a lot of Netflix original movies, and I watched a lot of shows that I have come accustomed to. I tried out new shows, so I'm just going to kind of give you the rundown. I'm going to start with the TV shows first, because we don't really do TV on this podcast. We do movies. So just to give you guys the rundown of what I saw over the summer in terms of Netflix original TV shows, I really love that show Glow, The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. It was really fun, entertaining. It had some really great moments of Allison Brie and Mark Maron. Like, that guy just killed it in this show. I can't wait for season 2. Another one that I felt really just kind of caught me off guard was Ozark, and this one stars Jason Bateman and Laura Linney. He is a holy shit, he's not a smuggler. I just guys, this is what happens when you watch shows that are so good, they just melt your mind. No, he's a money launderer. Thank you, brain, for waking up. Yes. So he is a money launderer, and so they go to the Ozark Mountains, and they kind of start their life so he can prove to his boss he can, get his money back and then some without his boss killing him. So I thought it was really good. The writing was really sharp, really just character-driven. I loved every twist and turn. It was a really great thriller, and yes, I will even say I would compare it to Breaking Bad. I watched one episode of Gypsy. That was the Naomi Watts show. Didn't really care for it, obviously, because I only watched one episode. She plays a therapist, and she tries to get into her patients' lives a little bit, kind of mess around with the people that are involved with her patients' lives, and she probably fucks them on a table or something. I have no clue how it ends, but it's definitely flirty with patient shit. So you shouldn't be doing that, Naomi. You should probably get your license taken away. Yeah, I didn't really care for it. That was a little too soapy for me. Yeah, so one episode of that, no thank you. Atypical, which is a show that stars Michael Rappaport, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and it focuses on a teenager who has autism, and we just kind of see him go throughout his high school life and his love life and whatnot. I thought it was a really sweet and charming show. I really love the performances from everyone. Michael Rappaport, dude, I always love that guy and everything he's in. And him and Jennifer Jason Leigh had a really great chemistry as a married couple. I thought it was just, like I said, charming. It was really funny, very just sweet and romantic at sometimes. Like it gives you hope. It's a show that gives you hope, even though there's a lot of stuff that focuses on bullying and whatnot. It's still a very uplifting show, and it just kind of puts a smile on your face because the main character is so likable. So I would recommend Atypical. The next show, I have Castlevania. I really liked it. The only problem was it was too short. It's basically 4 episodes that are 20 minutes long. It's a movie. It's almost an hour and a half. It's like, you should have just given us either a longer season or just given us a movie. It was really great. The animation was dark. It was edgy. It had that mix of modern animation and Japanese anime style. So I really liked it quite a bit. And I can't wait to see more. It's just a little too short for my taste. The Defenders came out a couple weeks ago. Good old Marvel collaboration of all the shows that we have come to love, except for Iron Fist. That would be Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage, and of course Iron Fist. They come together in their Avengers-style TV show. I thought it was really fun. It was entertaining, and definitely can't wait to see where the shows go forward in the future, except for Iron Fist. All right, so next one is the season 2 of Master of None. What a great show. If you guys hate Aziz Ansari, I guess I can kind of understand. Like, his stand-up is a little abrasive. I get it. He's very energetic and shit. I've seen his comedy live. He's actually really funny, and I've always been a huge fan of him ever since I saw him in Parks and Rec, and I started noticing his stand-up, and a couple of the movies were entertaining enough that he's done, but Master of None is the best thing he has ever done. What a very just strong character-driven show. It is one of the more well-written shows on Netflix right now. Aziz Ansari co-created it. He also does some of the episodes, and in season 2 he even directs some episodes. And just to give you guys another little shocking thing, Eric Wareheim or whatever, he's a part of the Tim and Eric group on Adult Swim, and I hate that show. I think that comedy is it's so fucking stupid. But I can tell you this is probably my favorite thing he has ever been attached to. Yeah, he's actually that good. As Arnold, his friend. But yeah, it's just a really kind of soulful and rich show, that has real characters that you can kind of grasp onto and be like, yeah, I can totally relate to that. I totally understand that, Aziz. And he really kind of brings that perspective of, his culture mixed in with a bunch of other cultures and whatnot. And it's just a really well-diverse show, especially when you have, problems with diversity in Hollywood. This is a really great show to kind of balance that. So yeah, Master of None Season 2, fantastic. The Keepers. Holy shit. Probably one of my favorite top 3 things Netflix has done. This one is a docuseries based on the disappearance of Sister Kathy Chesnick. I forgot her last name. But anyway, she was a nun that was a teacher in a school for nuns. Obviously, I'm up to date on my terms. Anyway, she goes missing, and so the documentary crew tries to unravel that mystery and kind of peel back these dark layers and secrets of the Catholic Church, and it is just riveting stuff. People always claim that Making a Murder was really fantastic, which it was, but I think The Keepers is even a step beyond that. The reenactment scenes are creepy enough, and they give off this nightmarish vibe, and I actually had a bunch of nightmares when I watched it. It is fantastic. So if you like docuseries, check out The Keepers. Next one is Season 5 of House of Cards. Holy fucking shit, yes. Listen, as soon as the season starts, you have Frank Underwood busting into Congress, and you're like, what am I watching? Am I watching Donald Trump, or am I watching Frank Underwood? I can't fucking tell. They're blurring the lines, and it's absolutely delicious. It's another great season. Can't wait for them to wrap it up and end strongly and not drag this show on. But Season 5 of House of Cards, ace once again. Wet Hot American Summer 10 years later, great. If you're not into the kind of the quirky, dry, goofy outlandish comedy from David Wayne, who also did Wet Hot American Summer, the movie, and of course the prequel series, Wet Hot American Summer, The First Day at Camp from last year. You're probably not going to like the show, but I like that style of humor. It's just so odd and stupid, but it works for me. And I think it's because of the talent involved and the improv and the writing. It's really well done in terms of comedy if you want something different. F is for Family Season 2, that is a really great addition to the first season, because the first season of that show was really great. This is the animated show from Bill Burr. It's definitely raunchy as hell. The second season takes it up to a whole nother level. There was a fucking naked woman, an animated naked woman. I'm like, dude, they're really like pushing the boundaries on this shit. Damn. Like, and they had like more cursing in Season 2 and definitely more crude and sexual shit. Like it was amazing, and it also had some really kind of underlying themes of, you know, just like marriage and you know, it's really depressing to watch at some points, but it's kind of like one of those things where like that's what Bill Burr was going for, to have like this kind of like raunchy Bill Burr style of comedy, but also have these really kind of emotional moments that everyone can pretty much relate to, you know, growing up with a family or having a family of your own and dealing with you know, the day-to-day activities. But I thought the Season 2 of F is for Family is great. And then the last and final season that I watched, and it was also the last and final season of the show, was Bloodline. I liked the season quite a bit. I thought the end of the season was Jesus Christ. It's like, can you just wrap it up, please? They left it off into an ending that's interpreted, and I do not like that. So, yeah, but other than that, I like the whole season. So those are the TV shows that I watched. So holy shit. Are the movies going to be any good? Not really. So there might be a couple stuff here and there, but like other than that, it's yeah. The TV shows that Netflix does are way better than the movies. Let's get that straight. So the movies that I watched from Netflix that premiered between May and August 31st, which is, you know, today, this recording, War Machine, which was the Brad Pitt film. I thought it was slow. I thought the comedy was it was a hit and miss situation. It was really boring, and it took me 3 times to watch that thing. Brad Pitt does an entertaining job, I guess, but I just think overall it was just wasted potential, and it felt like it could have been chopped down just a little bit, because it was 2 hours long, and it felt like an eternity. So, yeah, I didn't really care for War Machine that much, so yeah. The Incredible Jessica James, this one has Chris O'Dowd in it. Its main star, I forgot her name, but it's Jessica something. It's not Jessica James, but I believe she co-wrote it and she starred in it. This was kind of like her feature debut, if you will. And I thought she was good. She was charming. The relationships were charming. It was just a fine movie. It wasn't like anything mind blowing. It was just like, yeah, that was fine. It was funny, and it had some interesting kind of sequences that were directed differently from a traditional romantic comedy. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. They're trying something different. But other than that, it's whatever. As you can tell, most of the movies on my list are going to be like whatever, pretty bad. Well, okay, I'll get to that in just a second. All right, Shimmer Lake. I would say this is probably the closest one to where I think I like almost enjoyed over everything else except for the ending. The ending of the film it felt like super tacked on and super cheesy. But other than that, I love the structure of the film. So what they do is they actually show you the end of the film, and they go backwards, and they do it throughout a week. So you know, you'll show the end of the film, then backtrack one day, backtrack another day, backtrack you know, the day before, whatnot, until you get to the very end where they reveal, you know, a certain thing about the plot. And I actually really enjoyed it. It was serviceable. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I liked the characters. It kind of reminded me of Fargo a little bit. So yeah, I think in terms of entertainment, this might be my favorite, but we'll get to that in just a second. The next film that I saw was You Get Me. This one was garbage. It's basically like if you just like take a bunch of teenage like young adult adaptations, throw them in a blender with Lifetime, and this is what you get. It's terrible. So the basic plot is there's a guy who looks like he's 22. He's in high school, and so he has a girlfriend, and, she doesn't want to have sex, and, he's getting a little horny in the groin area, so he fucks this chick at a party, and then she becomes obsessed, and, like, she wants to kill him and have, like, his babies and shit, and probably, like, have sex with his mouth hole. I just... the crazy girl is played by Bella Thorne. She's whatever. It's garbage. All the actors are just so over the top. They're just, oh my god, this chick is just, she's just killing everyone. What's going on? It's like, you're fucking teenagers. Like, go call the principal or something, you fucking idiots. So yeah, I didn't really care for that one at all. It was hot, steaming pile of garbage. The next one is actually the most recent one, Death Note. I saw this one last week, and it was the most entertaining film I saw out of this entire list, but it was also not a good movie at all. Everything was rushed. They should have definitely just made this into a series or made the movie longer. I would have been happy to sit there for 3 hours and watch a movie, but it was only an hour and 40 minutes. That was kind of a main issue. The romance was really bad. Some of the acting was pretty poor, but my two favorite parts were Lakeith Stanfield as L, and then Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. I'm probably going to be corrected in the comments below. Sorry about that. You can, I guess, throw pitchforks at me later. Other than that, it was just kind of like It was directed by Adam Wingard, which is really disappointing because he directed Blair Witch from last year, which I actually really enjoyed, and The Guest and You're Next, and I really love those two. So this is my first big disappointment from him. But definitely the most entertaining one on the list. It's kind of weird to say that, but it really is. It had a lot of energy to it, I can say, at least, because some of these were boring as hell. The next one is Okja. I saw that one extremely late. I thought that one was a solid movie. It's from the director of Snowpiercer. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, Tilda Swinton. Little girl loses her super pig named Okja to a company that wants to cut it up for its super pig meat. And it's an environmental movie. I don't mind them, but it's just... whatever, fam. It's a fine movie. People are going apeshit over it. I don't understand it. But then again, I'm stupid. Joel is a smart one. All right, the next one. I watched an hour of Icarus. That documentary is boring as fuck. I'm going to say it right now. It's one of those things to where I think it would have bested off as either a series or make it shorter or have a better pace to it. But it took me 5 times to watch it, and I gave up. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It's about the doping that the subject of the film goes through, kind of documents his case, and then he starts to uncover like some deep lies from Russia and how they cheated the Olympics on it. Yada, yada, yada. It sounded interesting from the trailer, but I gotta tell you, the movie was just so fucking slow. The next one is Handsome, the Netflix mystery movie. It's got Jeff Garlin in it. He directs it. It's got a couple of good one-liners, I guess, but that doesn't justify the extreme cheapness of the film. It looks just so cheap, and everyone's trying their hardest. I get it, but it's whatever. I realize it's like a parody on detective shit, but if you're gonna do that, at least make it funny. It was not funny. I'm sorry. So, yeah. And then the last one that I saw over the summer in terms of Netflix original films, which was To the Bone. This one was Keanu Reeves, Lily James, right? No, Lily Collins. Lily James is in Baby Driver. Whoops. Anyways, this one, Lily Collins is a bulimic, or wait, which one? Yeah, she's bulimic, right? I don't think she was anorexic. Yeah, bulimic, and so she eventually gets sent for help into a house with a bunch of other people with eating disorders, and Keanu Reeves is the doctor, and the performances were good, but once again, Netflix just kind of like, it's just okay. Like, I don't understand like what it is with the Netflix movies and just their kind of average nature. It's just like, they're fine. They're fucking fine. They're like, there's nothing to talk about. Like I said, the performances are good, but in some moments it can be fucking dull, and I'm just like, can we please move this forward? And I fucking hated the ending. It just ends, and you're like, wait a minute, we were just now like picking up with the story and you're just gonna fucking end it? Okay, whatever. So, yeah, that was that movie. So, yeah. So that's it for the Netflix TV shows and movies I watch. I definitely preferred the TV shows over the movies. But what about you guys? Please let me know what you saw over the summer in terms of Netflix original TV shows or movies. Now let's get to the... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It says here I'm supposed to get to the rest of the year of the podcast episodes? What? Nah, fam. This is an extra episode. I can't just give you guys that schedule and just leave. I gotta review a movie. Well, there is one coming out tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I saw it a couple days ago. So let's review it. What movie am I talking about? Crown Heights, starring Alec Stanfield. All right, so yeah, so surprise review, guys. Let's do this. So I wasn't like particularly looking forward to this movie. It was one of those ones that kind of popped up on my radar, and I love Alec Stanfield, and the fact that he was going to take a main prominent role, I was totally down for that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna sign for this screening. Let's fucking do this. So I saw the movie and I liked it. It was a good movie. So let's get real and break this down. If you guys don't know what Crown Heights is about, this one is about the real-life story of Colin Warner, who was sentenced for a crime that he did not commit, murder to be exact, and his friend Carl King basically spends like a lot of his life trying to prove his innocence and try to get him out. Colin was sentenced to a life in prison. And so his friend was like, no, I'm not having any of that. I'm going to try to get you out of this. So it really kind of showcases the corruptness in our justice system, racial profiling, which is fucking disgusting, between, police officials, attorneys and whatnot. It's just absolutely horrific. So it should provide for a pretty deep and rich story, right? Yes and no. So let me try to explain myself. So I think overall, let me just get this out of the way. The direction, cinematography, music, all that is fine. It's a fine movie. Like it's like a glorified TV movie. There's nothing wrong with it in those categories. Here's where the movie falters, and then I'll get into the best part about the movie and kind of end on a stronger note. The beginning of the film is very choppy. And so it kind of just shows Lakeith's character, Colin, in these situations like he's in a house. He's sleeping with his chick. We're at his job, and boom, he is caught in an alleyway, and now he is going to jail. And it felt like, ironically, we didn't really get to know enough about him, and we were just kind of thrown into this very haphazard introduction to this character so we can get to the jail stuff. And I realized that him getting into jail and Carl trying to get him out is the meat of the story. I totally get that, but this movie was an hour and 40 minutes long. You could have stretched it out to 2 hours. I'm not even joking. Like, this is one of those films that could have benefited from being longer, because the beginning and even the end, to some extent, was a little rushed and just kind of wrapped up everything really fast. So, like, where the movie shines is in the middle, when you have Colin in jail, just angry and frustrated, and you feel his pain and his suffering, and you have Carl trying to get him out. That was the most compelling stuff. And so I get you're trying to rush to get there, but I was invested into the story, so you could have actually padded out the beginning and the end just a little bit better. And because I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie. When the movie started, I was like, ooh, so it's a little bit rocky here, folks. I don't know if we're gonna make it. So it eventually picks up and eventually gets pretty well. It's a very substantially paced film in the middle, so like I said, I was compelled to watch it. I love the subject matter. I was into it, but it was just that beginning. It was just so rough because it was just so fast, and in the end, it was just like wrapping up as quick as it can and getting the hell out of Dodge. And I just really kind of wish they would have worked on the bookends of the film a little bit more, maybe a little bit more with some of the side characters in terms of their story, and maybe know a little bit more about some of the characters, because they do kind of jump a little quickly to certain people that need to help him to get out, and it's like I didn't mind that so much because the beginning was such a complete opposite from what I saw in the middle. But I feel like, and this is where I'm going with this, I feel like this movie could have, one, been longer. I could have watched a 3-hour-long, like, epic movie based on this case and Colin as a character, but also focus on the justice system and how corrupt it is. And it might benefit from a docu-series. Speaking of, like, stuff like The Keepers and Making a Murder, I'm okay with, like, Netflix or something like picking up this type of story and, like, having Colin's story at the core of the documentary, but have it around, racial injustice and corruptness in the justice system. I think that would have been more of a compelling story than what we got, because the reason why the middle of the movie worked was because of Lakeith Stanfield. Listen, I've been following this guy since 2013. I always thought he was going to be a star. When I saw him in Short Term 12, he actually overshadowed Brie Larson. The guy's phenomenal in that film. And throughout the years, he has played smaller supporting roles. He's never had a chance to be in the spotlight as the lead. This film, he does that, and he succeeds. He is so fucking good in this movie. He elevates this very solid TV movie to almost the brink of, like, hitting it in a half a grade up. But the beginning, I had to bring it down. But Lakeith Stanfield gave his all. It was an emotionally riveting performance, and he was commanding on screen. No matter what he was doing, I was always enthralled, whether it be the soft-spoken dialogue, the outbursts that he had, or just the expressions that he was emoting on his face. I was all into it, and he really elevated the material. He sold it to me. He sold it to me as this guy who was suffering in jail for a mistake that happened, and he was trying to prove it. Like, he got lost in the character because the character had a different accent and whatnot. So it was a little jarring at first at the beginning. I was like, oh, is this accent going to work? And no, I got completely into it. I bought that he was Colin Warner and not Lakeith Stanfield. He is the standout. My God, what a performance. So I think overall, guys, it's a very good TV movie with a really great lead performance, with some issues in the pacing department. But I'm going to give Crown Heights a B-. So that's a pretty good score overall. It still gets in the B range for me, but there's just a little bit more issues than I thought there would be, so I got to bring it down just a hair, but I'm not going to dip into the C's, so a B- for me. So did you guys enjoy that bonus movie review? So please let me know down below if you've seen Crown Heights or not. Please let me know. Like I said, this is really odd, guys, because this is not a traditional episode. So these extra episodes are very, like, all over the place. I don't know how to organize it. And I'm kind of a buffoon. Joel's the glue of the show for sure. But let's get into and wrap up this extra episode for the week for you guys by revealing to you what Joel and I are going to do for the rest of the year. Now, Joel did this before. He went off and escaped somewhere. I have no clue. Joel is somewhere in a ditch. I'm kidding. All right, so Joel very well did the schedule, and I'm just kind of reading it off. So he did all the work. I'm just reading it off because I am a yutz, if you will. So, all right. So September 10th. You guys are going to get episode 198, and we are going to be reviewing it, and Joel is going to have some early Oscar prognostications. I don't know what that means. It is his show. I will let him explain it, but get ready for that. We're going to be kind of pinpointing some Oscar stuff and reviewing Stephen King's It. I'm looking forward to it quite a lot. I'm so much hype is around this film, and I'm ready to see another good Stephen King movie. September 17th, episode 199. It will be my episode, and we will be reviewing American Assassin. It looks like a pretty solid movie, so we'll see. September 24th is Joel's show. It's the 200th episode, which is fucking crazy to think about. We'll be reviewing Kingsman: The Golden Circle and the Lego Ninjago movie. Ninja, Lego, Ninjago, clever shit. I love it. Moving into October 1st, episode 201. American Made, starring Tom Cruise and directed by Doug Liman, will be the focus for that episode. That will be my episode. October 8th, episode 202. This is Joel's episode, and we will be focusing on Blade Runner 2049, and Joel will probably secretly see My Little Pony, the movie, the Little Pony movie, whatever the fuck it's called. He won't say anything. He will just see it, review it, and he won't tell me because I won't make fun of him for the rest of the year. So that is his episode. October 15th is my episode, and we're going to be doing The Florida Project from A24, the Willem Dafoe movie, and The Snowman, starring Michael Fassbender. So that will be a really great one. 2 indie films going head-to-head. Which one will be the better one? Let's find out. October 22nd is Joel's episode. This is episode 204, and Joel decided to go with Geostorm and the Mountain Between Us. Oh, God forbid if I'm not dead by then. Reviewing Geostorm is going to be a hoot. October 29th is my episode, and guys, I'm already getting excited in my pants. We're doing Jigsaw. It's going to be wonderful. Can't wait. Comes out, we're doing that episode 2 days before Halloween. Should be a lot of fun. Spooky shit. November 5th is Joel's episode 206, and we're going to be doing Thor Ragnarok as our main focus. Yes. Get excited, folks. November 12th is my episode with 207. We're going to be doing the Murder on the Orient Express. Can't wait. Guys, see more trailers, but yeah, the teaser got me excited. Can't wait. November 19th, 208 is Joel's episode. That's also the 4th anniversary episode of this crazy-ass show that you guys keep listening to every week. Thank you. We are going to be doing Justice League that week. Oh, just, I didn't really... That one was coming out? I thought we were going to do like some smaller film. No, we're talking about Justice League, because I'm sure Joel and I will fight on that episode. November 26th is my episode with 209. We're going to be doing Coco, the new Pixar film, and Molly's Game, the Aaron Sorkin directorial debut of a film. He also wrote it. Should be a lot of fun. December 3rd is Joel's episode, and it's episode 210. We're going to be doing Call Me By Your Name, the Armie Hammer pick. Darkest Hour, the Winston Churchill, Gary Oldman sitting in 70 hours of makeup movie, and more Oscar prognostication. So that should be a lot of fun. December 10th is my episode with 211, and we're going to be doing the Disaster Artist in the Shape of Water. I can't wait for both. I've been hearing great things about both. Just today, the Shape of Water is getting like extremely positive buzz, so I cannot wait. December 17th, 212 will be Joel's episode, and of course we got to do Joel's pitching tent movie in his pants. Star Wars The Last Jedi, that's what we're doing. And the last one before the end of the year, top 10, is December 24th. This is my episode with 213. We're going to be doing Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and Steven Spielberg's The Post. And then, of course, the following week will be the top 10 movies of 2017 episode. We will have a special guest on. We will not reveal it until a little closer, so get ready for that. You guys always look forward to that. And then, of course, the week after that, we'll be doing our top 5 anticipated films of 2018. So that will do it for this extra episode, guys. Thank you for listening. I know it's not... a normal week with Joel, no really hardcore movies coming out or anything. I gave you a movie review or whatnot, but I want you guys to have a safe and fun Labor Day weekend. Enjoy it. Don't worry about this show. We will come back strong on September 10th with It in Joel's Oscar prognostication. So that should be a lot of fun. So September 10th is when we'll be on next. That is 11 days from now. Holy shit, we're going to miss you guys for sure, but hopefully this will kind of tide you over. Have a safe weekend, guys, and hey, listen, if you made it through this entire movie podcast, you're not a movie fan, well, hopefully I convinced you to be one. I'm Chase Lee. All the links will be in the description below. Follow us on Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all that stuff, SoundCloud. Rate, review, spread this around, and let people know this is the definitive movie podcast. I'm Chase Lee, guys, and thank you once again for listening to another episode or extra episode of Real Me In, a movie podcast. The intro and outro music is done by my friend's band, Fervent Roze. Guess what, guys? Once again, link is in the description. Peace out, everyone. September 10th, y'all. Get ready to get clown fucked. Or, excuse me, scared by clowns. That's what I meant. That was embarrassing. Okay, bye.